This is a protest that took place yesterday outside of the Netflix headquarters against Dave Chappelle because Netflix dares leave up his comedy special. So there was basically a trans rally protest, and this is such a misleading title. A couple of people with signs supporting Dave Chappelle try to interrupt the rally in support of a team trans employee walkout outside of Netflix. So check this out. I think it's misleading because they're like trying to interrupt. He's just standing there with a sign.
Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Don't have free speech rights? Don't have free speech rights for all of you? Oh, look, there's such a fire. He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! Oh, you want me to drop my weapon? Yes. Okay. Get in me. There's my weapon.
Look at that. That's not social distancing.
I'm just here to say that jokes are funny, people. Dave Chappelle is a funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence. I don't know why all the hate. I just love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. They took my stick. My stick. They took it. My side. I need my postal board. It was my money.
That guy needs his own comedy special. That was great. But why are these people so mad? I watched the comedy special. He makes fun of everybody. That's a true comedian. A true comedian makes fun of everybody. But you're not allowed to make fun of trans people. How do you have zero sense of humor? Zero sense of humor. You want this comedy special removed because it's so hateful and bigoted. In your eyes, it's hateful and bigoted. You're untouchable. You can't make jokes about us. You know, life would be a lot easier if you could just laugh at those jokes, especially when he makes fun of everybody. The best comedians don't shy away from anybody. They make inappropriate jokes. That's what makes them funny. That's why comedy's dead and why Dave Chappelle is such an iconic figure now. When I watched that documentary last week, or not documentary, that comedy special, I felt like I was doing something forbidden. Like, oh, I better do this now because it's one of the last of its kind. Who knows how long it's going to be online? Thankfully, I have physical copies of the Chappelle show. They're trying to ruin comedy on a broad scale. It's already been ruined, essentially. They removed Diversity Day from The Office. That episode, Diversity Day, that's gone. But this whole movement to get Dave Chappelle's comedy special removed from Netflix is ridiculous. Y'all need to accept it. Take a joke. Take a joke. Quit being so soft. Quit being so sensitive. And recognize it. This isn't the way our country used to be. Everybody used to be able to laugh. He made fun of white people. I used to like Daniel Tosh because he made fun of black people. I like comedians that are not afraid to push the envelope. That's the point. So this thing is just really blown out of proportion. What do you want Netflix to do? Because they'll never stop. They'll never stop. So if the CEO or whoever's making the decisions at Netflix, if it's a board of executives or whoever's making the decisions over there, if you cave to this mob pressure, they're going to take a mile. They're going to go for the next thing. They'll go for the jugular. You have to stand your ground. You have to stand firm, which Netflix has done so far. But we'll see what happens. And I'm not standing up for Netflix. Don't get me wrong at all. They promoted cuties. That's child pornography. They promoted that. So screw them for that. But these trans protesters, getting mad, and then they get really aggressive with this guy. Covered, they got their faces covered, but they get all up in his face. They take his sign, and his sign just said something like, "I love Dave." Nothing hateful at all. Just saying, "Hey, I like Dave Chappelle." They go so far to try to make their case. Dave Chappelle channeled white privilege to justify his transphobia. That's not a joke. That's a real claim that's being made. He channeled white privilege to justify his transphobia. I hope Dave Chappelle does another special. You got to have these kind of cultural icons, this kind of breakthrough, standing your ground. That's what we need more of. We need more comedians. Like I said, when I gave my initial thoughts on the Dave Chappelle comedy special, you need more Dave Chappelles.